The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Good evening, all you beautiful people, all you legends. Welcome to the A Show, where smart is the new sexy. Whoop, whoop. Hi to my gorgeous co-host, Big Ray Hernandez. We are happy to see you here with us tonight, where we're going to have a show where we're going to fill you in on everything going on. But everything going on got really overwhelming, super fast, and it got really negative and bummed us out, and we didn't want to bum you out, so we decided to try and balance that out with something very positive to kind of save our own sanity and hopefully yours too. So we're going to help you, we hope, deal with what's going on right now, in case you're feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and wondering what's happening out there. We're going to hopefully give you a bigger understanding of the larger situation going on, and also how to deal with it, how to keep your vibration higher, and to see the joy and the light at the end of the tunnel. So I see lots of people in the chat. Hi. So hi, Gray. How are you doing?
What's going on? I'm good.
Wow.
Doing well. For the first week in quite some time that I feel back to like almost myself, normal.
Yeah.
If you will.
Glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that.
That RSV thing really sucked it out of my sucked my life out of me, basically.
Yeah, it does that. It's not fun.
It's no joke.
So,
I know what it was, but the good news is that I'm better.
Good. So you've recovered. You didn't. But did you die?
Yes, inside a little bit. Not really.
Well,
that was good.
So now you have natural immunity.
God, I hope so. I
the
swear,
virus,
I hope
you're supposed to.
Right? I mean, I don't want to get it again. I tell you that it sucked, but like I said, it could be worse.
Knock wood. So hi, Red, Sunny, Cool, Awesome Dude, Gam Woofers, Alex, Eban, welcome back. Eban, right? Colin, hi. He's saying, Ray, turn your mic down. Eva, hello. Maurizio, Sportsmaster. Who else is here? Oh, Allie, hello. Fred, what's up? Winona, hello. Nomad. Greetings. He's a Nomad saying he hopes you feel better. Bigwig, what's up? Who else did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Chang, hello. Brian Springer. Brian, oh my God, I haven't seen your name in a while. What's up? So it's nice to see some of you guys here. So a lot of you I haven't seen in a while. So it's welcome. So hopefully we're gonna have a fun show that's informative. And I shift around a lot because I'm dealing with some old wrestling injuries, and if I move around, they don't catch up with me as quickly. I have Ren Fair hair from this weekend, and they're still kind of dreaded up and braided up, so I cheated and didn't really do my hair. So it is what it is.
You're fine. What's that thing around your neck? It's cool looking.
It's a thing. Somebody sent it to me from my wish list, my Amazon wish list.
Wait. Turn it around, like over, like face. No, the other way. Yeah, keep going. Turn it the other way. Keep turning it the other way, like that. Now put it on your head.
It's not a thing.
Crown.
It's not a crown. It's not a crown.
So cool.
It is not a crown. It's not a crown. I looked it up. It is a collar. They sent two of them. They're both collars.
You sure?
Positive.
See, I have like the Star Wars theme behind me. You kind of look like a Star Wars, like a hot alien chick.
I'll take it.
Hot alien chick things.
Cool.
Oh, what's going on there?
Boobies.
Yeah, if you throw biddies, we shake them titties. Or flex
you get
them.
some
Big ass titties.
Yeah, for those of you who are new to our Twitch show here, if you throw some biddies, we do tend to flex those titties, and it's not exclusive to me. Ray will do it as well. And if you are unaware of our show, if you are a member of Prime, they include a Twitch membership, and you can include this in your Twitch membership if you want. I also want to give a shout out to our wonderful sponsor. We have Wolfpack Gold. If you're interested in investing in gold and not losing your ass basically in currency, invest in finite precious metals like silver and gold. You can go to aprilhunter.gold, which is not me, it's them.
Mhm.
They just set a URL up for me, and they are a trusted veteran-owned resource for gold. And if you decide to do something like a recurring buy, you can use the code 1776 and get some free constitutional silver,
Ooh.
get hooked up with that,
Oh, yeah.
and guard your money or grow your money instead of losing it. So thank you to those of you who are here tonight. I'm seeing some more people coming in. Miss T, what's up? So yeah, thank you. So tonight, gosh, I don't even know where to start, but here's what happened.
Mhm.
What happened was
What happened?
we started accumulating last week. Ray and I were talking. We started accumulating stories to cover,
Bro.
and as we're going back with you know, URLs and Instagram stories and stuff on Twitter and all this, it started getting like overwhelmingly negative and depressing because there's a lot going on right now, like a whole lot.
It was dark. I felt like
Super dark.
real
Yeah.
quick. So remember when we were texting back and forth, and I think I sent you a text like, I don't feel like doing anything too negative this week. I want to do more of a happy show, or maybe you texted me first, because the more we were talking about these stories and tweeting each other, not tweeting, texting each other, I started getting like anxiety. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck
Oh yeah.
is going
Oh
on?
yeah.
You
Oh
know,
yeah.
my heart was racing. I was like,
Yeah.
worried about going home and stuff and killing somebody if I had to. So I had crazy thoughts, like Jesus.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're going this route. I have nothing planned, but I always find things to
It's
pull up
okay. I
anyway.
have
But
plenty, and we're gonna touch on some things that you guys should know, but mostly we're gonna talk about how to protect yourself mentally from all this stuff.
Mhm.
So yesterday I had a meeting or a session. I know this sounds woo-woo and crazy and flaky and whatever you want to call it sometimes, with how do I put this? He's kind of a spiritual healer, spiritual therapist, I guess.
Mhm.
Because I have a regular therapist, and then I have like a spiritual therapist, and this is a guy named Astarius, and he does his own music, and he's a Reiki and intuitive psychic, the whole thing. So one of the things he asked me, and hello Hooper, welcome. He asked me how I was handling everything going on.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm pretty happy in life. But one of the things that keeps me from being happy is seeing how many people are they're struggling, they're having a hard time, they're suffering right now, they're dealing with, struggling with grocery prices and a lot of people trying to find a place to live,
Right.
and mental anguish from watching some of the things coming on, because we are getting bombarded from every level right now.
Mhm.
And he said, that kind of stuff bothers me too. But do you think these dark forces can win?
Mm-mm.
I don't know. Do you guys tell me what you guys think? Do you think these dark forces can win? Put that in the chat. He asked me that. What do you think, Ray?
Well, I'm going to say no.
Good. Do you have the right answer? I did not have the right answer. I said to him, I don't know. It's like 50-50. I think maybe it's a possibility. And he said to me, he goes, then they've already won.
Yeah.
He said, here's the problem. He goes, what we're in it's a spiritual war right now. And there really are dark forces and light forces, and they feed off of our energy. And the reason why things are coming from every angle at us right now is because there's a very marked, driven attempt to keep us at our lowest possible vibration.
Yeah.
So they want to keep us stressed out and anxious and depressed and angry and sad and in mourning, all this. So if you are able to see this and understand that, and if we're able to understand this thing that he told me,
Mhm.
he said that the dark forces can only penetrate your head. They can't penetrate your heart. So he said there's no possible way the dark forces can ever win. They're going to go after you relentlessly and get into your head, but they can't get into your heart. So I joked around. I'm like, oh, kind of like the Grinch,
Yeah.
and like the Grinch, he grew his heart 3 times bigger, and the Cindy
Sure.
Lou Who and everything. And he looks at me. He's not from here. He looks at me. He's like, I do not know that story.
I do not know Grinch. I do not know
I
the
do not
Reach.
know that story. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, he hated Christmas and he was terrible and he was mean and he destroyed everything. And then his heart melted. And he's like, I still don't know that story, but it sounds accurate.
Who is
So,
Grinch? Is that what he said?
and how, welcome, Shawnee man. So yes, apparently it's a situation where if you, for lack of better terms, want to compare it to the Grinch. So they can get us through our head, but they can't get us through our heart. So the secret here is to remember to think with your heart,
Oh, yeah.
not your head. So try not to let them in your head, and definitely remember they cannot get into your heart. And you have to know that everything will be okay.
Yeah, I
We have
mean,
opinions on this here.
you gotta look at it this way. You
Here
can be.
come.
Yeah, hi. Was that what?
Sorry, I
Oh,
know. I'm
here.
see somebody new. What's
I
up?
thought you were speaking another language. I don't know what the hell you were doing. I was just gonna say that no matter how dark the room is, even the smallest match can light the room up. Think about that.
Yes.
A little
Yes.
tiny match, light always defeats dark. It's just the way it's always been. Yeah, darkness and evil and bad people will always they'll win a few battles, but when it comes down
Yeah.
to it, I genuinely believe that good will always win the war. Powerful.
Yeah.
Because love is real quick, love
It's a higher vibration. It's the highest vibration.
it's I believe that love is the most powerful force in the universe or any universe,
Yeah.
multiverse, whatever you would say. Let's say you believe in God, right? I do. God created the earth out of love. He created speaking love into the world. So if you think about it, how powerful is that? If you think about how powerful it is when somebody's depressed and you just give them a quick call and just say, I was thinking about you. Those are just words. Those are loving words. I just want to know how you were doing. Just calling somebody, just saying those words, that sentence to them could change their entire day, the trajectory of a very negative day. So, yeah, absolutely, man. I think good. It doesn't. You know what's crazy? Think about this. It takes something immensely evil to make you depressed and like tons of evil stuff, like bad news stories and watching people getting killed and all this other stuff, right? But you ever notice that no matter how dark your day is, how dark your week is, when you have that one little happy news story, or when you see like two old people, like really old people holding hands in the streets. This happened to me this past week. I saw a very old couple, real old, but just being very loving with each other. It fucking brightened my
Yeah.
day. I'm getting choked up
A
right now thinking
puppy.
about it.
A puppy.
A puppy. I love
Puppies.
puppies.
I
Not
know.
cats. I take a cat and I kick it across the street. What?
Oh, kittens are adorable too.
All right, kittens, fine. Cats, no. Evil.
So
Cats are evil.
Mauricio's like, move boobs because you was queen. Hell yeah, I'm queen.
Yeah, there you go. Hold on. Let me
Boobs
hit-
too. Boobs will lift your vibration, right?
I'll hit the gimmick.
Yes, boy.
That's another one for you.
So here's the thing, right? You have to know what's going on. You have to know that they're trying to get into your head, but they can't get into your heart, so you can't let them. And here, I wanted to show you this. I'm going to read it to you. This is the scale of vibration. You see the line in the middle?
Mhm.
That is courage right there.
Mm.
So everything below it, that's where the higher vibration starts. So everything below it is low vibration. So I'll read that to you. The lowest vibration is shame.
Mm.
The second lowest is guilt.
Mm.
The third is apathy. We have a lot of that, apathy. Then you have grief, fear, desire or living in lack, want, anger, pride. So then you have courage. When you have courage, that breaks the line right there. And I'll tell you what was said recently by Julian Assange. He said that every war was created by lies, and all journalists are basically the war criminals. So he said, if wars can be created by lies, then peace can be created by truth. So there's courage right there.
Like that.
After courage, you have neutrality. Now, mind you, that's just above courage. So people who think that they're doing the right thing by staying neutral, they're still at a pretty low vibration here. Not the lowest, but they're not vibrating high. So staying neutral is not the way. After neutrality, you have willingness, like a willingness to learn, a willingness of a mind, a willingness to serve.
Mm.
You have acceptance. You have reason and logic.
Mm.
Then you have love, and you'd think that would be the highest vibration, but it's not. What comes after love? After that is joy, living your
Mm.
best life, living joyously.
I made out with a joy in high school. Sorry.
There you go.
Continue.
Then there's peace, and then there's enlightenment.
Mm.
So after love, just don't forget joy, peace, and enlightenment. So the key every day.
What's Colin talking about?
I said
dildos.
joy, and Colin talks about a dildo. Whatever brings you joy, Colin.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's different for everybody. If that works for you.
This dude, bro. I don't understand.
But the key is every single day, look for some joy. What was it? Henri Matisse said there's flowers everywhere for those who care to look. And there really is. You know, if you want to see hatefulness, you'll see hatefulness if you're looking for that. If you want to see red cars, you're going to see red cars. If you want to see flowers, you're going to see flowers. So it's really up to you.
My wife gets on
So
my case.
Hunter says grief is the most notable. It is, and there's a
It
point.
is.
They want to keep us in grief and mourning, and that's a really, really low vibration. And hurt people.
My wife gets really mad at me, or she, I'm trying to work on this because she says that, because I'm always like, I'll be sitting on the couch, I'm like, hey, you hear somebody just got stabbed today? Hey, you hear this? And she goes, it's like you look for it. And you know what? She's fucking right.
Yeah.
Like I'll go, like I told you I was going to stop doing this, and I've cut back a lot, but I stopped like going to news outlets looking for shit, especially local news. I had this thing on my watch and on my phone called Citizen. It's an app that tells you what crimes are happening in the neighborhood, where to avoid stuff. Bro, I turned that shit off. I was like, it was going off like every 5 minutes, and I was getting anxious. I was like, no. So yeah. So
you have to preserve your mental state there. You know what I mean?
I was gonna throw something at you. Would you mind? So we're talking about like anger and stuff, right? Anger is something a lot of people are dealing with right now because people are very, very angry. I'm going to throw 7 ways to manage anger, and I wanted to hear your opinion on each one. How do you feel about that?
That works for me. I'm also going to show like 15 ways to raise your vibration like instantaneously. I want to hear what you guys think of them. So we'll put that out at one point too.
All right. So I get to go first and you go second?
You go first. I'll go at the end. So
All
hang
right,
in there because we got some really good stuff. And in between then, I'm going to tell you a couple things going on.
And I want to hear, like, I want the chat to kind of chime in on these.
Yeah, please do.
7 ways on how to manage anger. Maybe they're good, maybe they're not. All right, let's see. Number 1, it says, think before the words actually come out. Your thoughts, April?
I would agree. I think we're very reactive. We're very reactive now instead of responsive. And there's a huge difference. So if you take a little while before you send that text back, before you send the email back, before you pick up the phone and call, if you take a minute and slow down, if you double check your text to see what it says and how the tone is, same with the social media tweet, all that stuff. If you wait before you send these things, you can save yourself so much hassle and probably your job and your marriage and your friendships too. So I would agree, and I would say that definitely try to be responsive rather than reactive.
So this ties in. Number 2 ties in kind of with it. I'm not naming them in order. It's just a list I have here. But this kind of ties in with think before your words come out.
Oh wait. Bigwig says marry an epileptic and you will raise your vibration.
Say again. Where's it?
Bigwig says to marry an epileptic and you will raise your vibration.
That is tremendous. You always have a vibrating bed. Anyway, so no, okay, fine. Hold on.
And so, Fred says a wise man says, if you are in deep shit, don't open your mouth.
That is disgusting.
But it's true.
So number 2, and this ties in, like I said, think before your words come out. And there's a reason why I believe this is a perfect tie-in. It's step away from the action. Now, I'm going to ask your thoughts, but before you do that, I'm just going to say that how many times do we're starting to see that a phone call between you, let's say, and your spouse, you and your friend, you and a coworker, or something like that, or a conversation is starting to escalate. And
Mhm.
then what happens is you're not thinking as the argument is happening that the words are coming out. So what happens? It starts to escalate like a volcano, and the lava is slowly going up,
Energy,
and
energy, 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 energy,
right,
energy. It's
right.
contagious.
So sometimes it's best to, you know what? Like if I'm on the phone with my wife, sometimes, and this has happened a ton of times, I can see that the conversation is not going. Like like we're miscommunication. We're not on the same wavelength that day, which is very rare with her and I, excuse me. And sometimes I'll be like, you know what, hun, I'm gonna go. I'll call you back later. I love you.
Mhm.
Like that. End it like that. And then I'll give it like an hour and I'll call her back. Your thoughts?
I think that's great. I think that's excellent advice. I know a lot of people they argue with through text, and
Oh, it's the
you can't
worst.
understand
Fucking hate it.
tone through text, and I think that's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Like, just don't do that. We had that on a previous show like a week or two ago. Don't argue through text. Don't let anyone suck you into an argument through text. Just don't do it. Pick up the phone or talk in person. Um, and then I think if things get too much, and that includes being on a screen and arguing with social media and things like that.
Oof, that can happen.
Um, walk away. And when you walk away, don't. Here's the thing. It's how you do it. Don't walk away in a huff and do what is called stonewalling, where the person, especially if the person has anxiety and you just walk out the door and disappear, now you're causing a problem for them. So what you need to do is walk away and say, listen, I'm just going to take a breather. I will be back, or I love you, or I just want you to know I care enough to have this conversation with you, but I'm going to take a
Right.
break right now and try and absorb and process everything. So don't just disappear and slam the door. And that's not the adult way of doing it. But I completely agree with you, Ray. And
Okay.
we have some comments in there. Miss T says that was a mini plot on the episode of The Office.
Yes, that's Brandon. What's up, Brandon?
Yeah. What's up? What's up? It's nice to see you. Jake, I should know. You should got to tell me your name because I see you on Twitter all the time, and we always have the coolest conversations. He says, recognize the energy speaking, release the energy, and then start speaking. Good advice. Chowny Man says, think before you speak. Red
Mhm.
Sunny says, think before you act. You guys all must be married.
It's just life. It's just life in general.
um, Hooper says his mom was epileptic, so and lost count of how many times she wasn't there at the bus stop for him.
Oh.
So yeah, I think we all know that one person, but yeah, it's one of those things you kind of giggle at, but then you feel bad about giggling at it. So totally
Well,
with you on that.
well, I mean, he told the joke, so
Yeah. um. Yeah. So and Red Sunny and Alex both said try meditating. I have a hard time with meditating. I'm one of those people I do better with gardening or going out for a walk and just observing the nature than I do actually meditating, but I'm trying to learn that. And Red Sunny,
so
thank you. Thank you for the
meditating
Corgos.
meditating does not work for you?
It does work for me. I just have a hard time with it. I have to do like a guided meditation or keep it really, really short.
I usually find that for me, prayer, like having just
Yes.
a
Yeah.
one-on-one communication with God.
Yeah.
So what I do is before I leave to work, I have a little talk, and before I leave from work, I have a little talk. I've noticed for me personally that it's actually helped a lot.
Yeah.
I feel almost like a sense of security. Like I kind of lay out like my stresses and my anxieties as I walk out or leave or come or go, and it helps a lot. But
It does. It trains your brain. Meditation actually changed. This is the first time in history that we've all been so busy with our brains that they haven't had a chance to shut down.
so check this
Like
out.
we had to work. Hang on, wait, give me 1 second.
Oh
We
yeah,
had to work when we were young to not be bored. Now
yeah,
today's kids have to actively work to not be mentally busy and to get
right.
offline. And speaking of God, I wanted to interject a fun fact.
Mhm.
Did you know that almost 70 books of the Bible were actively removed by the Vatican on purpose?
Oh yeah.
So, okay, I didn't know if you knew that. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah,
Well,
they were considered inappropriate because they talked about all the mysticism and
inappropriate and also not like in line with certain things.
true. Yeah,
with certain
with
theologies.
the New Testament.
Right.
But yeah, they talked a lot about the a lot of the mysticism and how they also helped people to use their brain powers, the force.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The
that's
force.
the force,
Force.
like Book of Thomas, Book of Tobin. Yeah.
Well, number 3, you already kind of broke it down. Practice relaxation techniques,
Mm.
which is we already spoke about that, prayer and meditation, and you know, going for a walk, right? Going for a walk, putting on some. Listen, seriously, guys, hear me out. All right, people think I'm a nut for this. ASMR is freaking awesome. It is. Sit down
Tell
at home.
people what ASMR means, what it is, in case they're not familiar with it.
All right, so I have to look up what the hold on. What is ASMR? I keep forgetting what it's actually called again. Okay, so it's ASMR,
Audio.
audio sensory something. Anyway, it says I'll give you the dictionary definition. It's a feeling of well-being combined with tingling sensations in the scalp and down the back of the neck, as expressed by some people. So what it is like there are people that they make believe that they speak very very calmly, and they do role playing, and maybe it's a craps table or something like that, or you're playing blackjack and you hear the card flipping, and these little sounds, these nice little sounds of a pen clicking, or just somebody making a cake or a drink
Oh, I love
relaxes
the
me.
sound of the ice rattling in the drink.
Yeah, exactly. So there's something. Oh, it's called autonomous
Uh-huh.
sensory meridian response.
I like that. And hi, War Demon.
Look into it. Uh, I had
Okay.
issues. I had issues sleeping. I bought this headband that has these 2 little Bluetooth speakers,
Hmm.
and that's how I go to bed. I listen to different, and you can go and look up ASMR, like hotel check-ins, or suit fitting, and the person speaking very calmly, or a professor giving a lecture, and it really relaxes you. So that's one. That's a little thing. I'll throw it out there for you.
I like it. I used to
Um,
I have a channel on Pandora I was listening to. It was I think it was Pandora. But it's cafe noise, cafe chatter. So
yes.
when I'm working, I just like to listen to that background cafe chatter. Kind of drowns
Oh,
things out.
so she says, Winona says that it annoyed the shit out of her. She tried
I
it.
can
Um,
yeah, I can get it.
Also, ASMR can be rain falling, white
Yes.
noise,
That's what I go to
um,
sleep to is waves.
right, or the sound of a creek. It's
Mhm.
it could be a beautiful. Anyway, so I'm almost halfway through. I'm more than
Okay.
halfway through. Um, this is a big one. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna ask you what you think of this, and I want the chat to tune in. Identify your triggers. Your
Mm.
thoughts.
100%.
Mm,
This has been a hard one for me.
mm,
Um, when I get upset over something, I read once a long time ago, if you take offense to something and get upset, okay, 2 things. If you take offense easily, you have a low self-esteem.
mm,
And if you take offense to something and it really hits you, it's because it's triggered you in some way. So when someone says something and it gets to me, I have to think about that for a minute. I'm like, okay, what about this do I take personally, or do I feel might be truthful, or how did this, you know, stick me? So
mm.
I have to slow down and think about that. I'm like, why would something like that bother me? So you're right. A lot of people won't do that. I've started to try and do that the last couple of years.
It's
You
ki
get
it's kinda
you
Go ahead, April.
No, you get to you build up a little bit more of an armor that way, and you kind of figure things out for yourself when you do it, though.
It's like me. I know that being in a large crowd is a trigger for me. I get angry.
Mhm.
So I try
Mhm.
to stay away from large crowds. Me and my wife have this agreement. She does the food shopping because I hate going to the grocery store. I hate old people
Mhm.
walking slow and kids running around. Doesn't bother her. I love doing the laundry. I love sitting down as the machines go. I love the smell of the laundromat. I love
Okay.
folding. It works. So I've identified that being in a crowded, loud place with kids running around and shit, that's a trigger for me. It gets me
That's
angry.
because you can't control it.
Right. So I stay
Yeah.
away from it. It's like an argument. If I may say, April, if you know that you have a friend, or somebody that you think is a friend, and everything they do annoys you, or they're just a bad person, you might have to cut that person off, April. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that person could be a trigger of
Yeah.
negativity in your life.
I went through that in I think 2013.
Mhm.
I went through this whole like weird. There's like a thing when you go through an awakening. There are multiple sections of it that you go through. And 2013 was you got to cut everybody out of your life that isn't good for you, or take a step back. And that was that for me. And I lost a lot of friends, which made room for a lot of really good people. But you don't see it at the time. And one of
Right.
the things they tell you about awakenings, they don't tell you, is that they're painful. They are really painful, and there's a lot
Yes.
of sadness that comes with that at first. There's a lot of dealing with what they call shadow work, and trying to figure yourself out and dealing with the asshole inside. So,
Yeah.
and
It sucks. It sucks when you convince yourself that something is good for you. Know how many relationships I've been in that I convinced myself that this person is good for me, and in
yeah,
reality, in the long term, thinking about it, they really hindered me
yeah,
emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So
or suck the life out of you.
I got three quick ones, three more.
Okay.
This one is easy. Move your body.
Yep.
Do something. Remember, I tell you, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a hike, go do the laundry. For me, do the laundry. I love fucking doing the laundry. It's literally one of my favorite things. What's one of your things that you like that's not necessarily exercise, but when you're stressed out, April, you like to get up and do? Pop locking.
Dancing.
Got it.
I like to dance. I'll turn on the music and dance.
Yeah. My wife, she cooks. When she's by herself, she'll pour herself like a little drink.
Mhm.
She'll play her music, and
Mhm.
she'll be cooking and dancing to herself. That
Mhm.
that relaxes her.
War Demon saying video games for him.
Hell yeah. I just
Um,
You know what, War Demon? That's a great one.
mhm.
Like today, actually, I was in between, shows and stuff like that, and I was kind of like, I still had like this tense from work. I fucking took my portable. I have like a portable screen. Took it
Mhm.
to the living room, sat in the couch comfortably, hooked up my Xbox, and I played a couple of NBA 2K games.
Mhm.
Felt a lot better. So, yeah. Let's jump into this last two. Um, this is what I do a lot, and this is a good thing, I think. April, it says inject some humor into the situation. Your thoughts?
100%. It's funny. A lot of what you just said to deal with anger is on this list to raise your vibration. So there's a lot of crossovers there.
This is great.
Anytime you're laughing, it's hard to be pissed off unless it's total bitterness. And even then, sometimes you can laugh it off.
I've been
So,
at I've been at funerals, April, and like
yeah.
I was hilarious at my father's funeral. Even when I did the speech, I made a lot of people laugh. And you do hear the sad clown, but if
Mhm.
you're just injecting, like, if you're looking for the bright side of things in the darkest times,
Mhm.
it may help lift your spirits through that dark time. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, Netflix. To me, Netflix. I love their comedy section. They have so many. I think it's like 1 hour comedy specials, like so many of them, and they're good. And I will just sit there, and if I'm feeling like, I don't know, if I just have an hour, you got the 45, 50-minute thing. Uh, totally into just sitting there watching comedy. Hunter says he goes to the gym. That helped. Yeah,
Great.
that
Hell yeah. That's
that's like
great.
Henry Rollins. He wrote an essay, and I forget, it was called The Iron. And
Mhm.
the gist of it was, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's going on in his life, 200 pounds is always 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So he could always rely on the gym, rely on the iron to be there for him.
And that's why he's always so jacked. The last one. The last one is and this one is some people feel very uncomfortable with this, and it is seeking professional help. Your thoughts?
Why feel uncomfortable with that in this day and age?
Some people do. Some people think that I'll tell you the
What, it's
mentality.
like a weakness or something?
Exactly. Some people think it's a
Why?
weakness. Some
Some
people
people
are.
think using a turn signal is a weakness too, but they're
But some people
retarded.
listen. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was a kid growing up, and I was going through certain depressions and stuff like that, I had expressed to my mother one time, and I'm sharing this with you guys, so keep it here. I expressed to my mother sometimes that I was feeling depressed, and it's like, "What are you depressed about?" And I was like, "Well, I want to talk to somebody." No, I don't want nobody knowing our business.
Oh yeah. That was then. But that was then.
Things have
You know?
changed quite
Yeah.
some bit. What is it? What does Binona say here?
So wood burning does it for me. Absolutely love everything about the process, she says, from the conceptualizing of a project to laying out the design, smelling the wood burning, and the satisfying smoke trail rising up to finally being able to admire finished work. Oh, you're gonna love the list. See, there's such crossovers too. And Hooper says, Mr. Brightside. Funny you should say that, Ray. The Killers are my favorite band. Yeah, I love the Killers. Pressure Machine is one of the best complete albums of the past few years. Check it out.
All right, so that was my list, man.
Yeah, Gam says I take therapy, and after 8 years, I have slowly improved. I've been in therapy forever, and I don't know what I would do without my therapist. Like, I moved here in Florida in 2010 and found her originally as a marriage therapist. My ex wanted to go and do marital therapy, which I was like, but I wanted to try and save the marriage, so I said okay. And after couple sessions, I think that he thought it was going to be a situation where she was going to say everything was my fault and he was kind of going to get a pass.
I've been through that. I went through that with my ex-wife. She got mad.
And that's not what happened at all. And then he quit. And then I kept seeing
That's
her.
exactly what happened with my ex-wife. She got up and walked out. And I went like this. I did, the little black kid, the black kid on Instagram, on social media, he's like,
yeah,
he does this. I did that to her. I went,
yeah, and like apparently everything in the marriage was my fault, but until we got to the therapist's office, and she disagreed with that. But anyway, he left and disagreed that there was anything going on with his end, and I kept seeing her. So to this day, I still see that therapist, and she has been wildly helpful. So,
and by the way, this right here that we do is therapy.
Big Boy says, if you had a husband, what did you need therapy for? Obviously, you didn't listen to him.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, right.
And a cool. You said what relaxes me is binaural audio.
What is that?
Yeah,
what is that?
Binaural beats. Yeah. It kind of realigns your right and left brain together.
What is that though?
Look it up on YouTube, binaural beats.
Okay. You want me to look at it now?
You can, it's up to you. I mean, if you guys are looking for something different, something to listen to, yeah.
I want to see what it sounds like. Maybe you could play a little bit here. All right,
And,
give me 2 seconds while you talk.
Okay. Let's see. What else was I going to go to? I have a couple things you guys should know about, and they're in no particular order, and they're probably not going to flow seamlessly one thing into another, but I'm just going to rip through stuff so that you're aware. And Maurizio, thank you. I don't have a favorite color, to be honest with you. If I had to go with it, it would be probably blue-green. And I'm glad you like my tattoo.
Okay, so I found something here.
You want to play it? It's different. You have to listen to it with headphones, though.
All right, so I'm just gonna do this one that says focus music.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna actually pull this up here. Let me just is it playing? Okay, hi. All right. Okay, here we go. Let me just pull up the screen. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little slow today. Here we go. All right, this is see how this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can totally get into that. I could get into that.
What's happening here?
Yeah. I used to listen to, and it says beats for concentration for music for studying and super intelligence. I used to have a Vivaldi station, a classical music station on Pandora. I actually still have it. And I would put that on in the background for when I was at university. And
are there different, like what's this over here? It says black screens. Ooh. I like this. Go to your happy place. Binaural beats, sleep music for positive dreams, dream memories, and happiness. ASMR.
So there, you guys know here's some alternative options to kind of tune out and tune in, shall we say. Alex, I've seen my therapist in person, and I do phone sessions as well. Okay. So here's some other stuff going on that I feel like you guys should know about. Oh, Daryl, hi, what's up? but I don't know. I feel if you follow my Twitter, you might know, but if you don't, you might not. I feel like we have like some of the smartest people in the world in
We
our
do have some
chat. Like
very
they're very
smart.
aware. You know, we have like a moderate group of people who are um, very hip to things going on, and you guys see things. So you're
We have some
smarter than the average person out there. So I'm
we have some
probably
very
not telling you,
we have
huh?
very sexy people here.
We do have very sexy, smart people. Yes. Disco and Steve. Hi. Yeah. Well, you're forgiven for being late, I guess. Yeah. Vivaldi is dope, right? So it's good if you need to study or something. It's really good background music.
I like that. I felt immediately it kind of I felt I don't know if it's a
Your
vibration, but
blood
like
pressure go
right,
down.
like my whole like you feel it like
Yeah.
a buzzing in your body. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you do.
It's nice. I
I
wanna
like a lot
watch
of these
that.
mystic, metaphysical, that type of thing. All right. So here are some things that you guys should know about that again, I'm just going to rip through a couple of them in no particular order. Um, you have to remember what's going on in the world. They're not trying to ban hate speech. They're trying to ban the speech that they hate. There's a huge difference there. So
Explain.
to keep that in mind. So I don't have to explain it. I think it's pretty
Oh,
self-explanatory.
oh.
So there is no such thing as hate speech. Words are just words. It's the deliverer who is hateful. So when we leave it up to governments to define these things, that gets real dangerous. Here's another one. Google was started by the three-letter companies and encouraged to be free, and is used to find and categorize people. Additionally, they very much encouraged free speech at the time, so they could find all the dissidents out there and categorize them as well. And then they started Google Maps because they want to be able to track everybody. So this is also a real thing.
Oh, hold on. I do have a little sad news.
What's that?
I just found I love Richard Lewis. He passed away.
Oh, comedian?
Yeah, the comedian Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, rest
76.
peacefully.
Recipe
Rest
and
peacefully.
shout outs to the legendary, the king of meat sauce, Virgil.
Yeah, definitely.
Virgil. I met Virgil a couple of times. He's a very interesting.
Well, Virgil passed away too.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah,
So rest in peace, Virgil.
yeah.
But
He always seems so lonely.
yeah, I had a soft spot when I met him the two times that I
Yeah,
did. So
yeah.
I have a tendency to be able to break somebody down a little bit,
Mhm.
but in a good way. So it was cool. I thought he was a nice guy.
Yeah, I thought so too. He's always nice to me. And Daryl says, Ray, check out April's friend Laurie, the dream expert, Laurie Lowenberg. She'll help with your dreams too. Oh yeah, she
Dude,
knows her stuff.
why are we not gonna
Oh
have
my
this girl
God,
on?
Ole Anderson.
Yeah, he passed away.
I didn't know that. See, I'm not keeping up on stuff for sanity.
Yeah,
I'm shutting
it
them.
was three. It was Oli, it was Virgil, and now Richard Lewis.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
numerology. Hold on, but on a positive note, why don't we have this young lady on this show?
we have, and she's
It-
hosted the show too.
I've never done it with her.
Well, okay. I guess we'll have to have her back on.
Yeah, I will. Guys, would you like to have a dream expert on to break down the wacky dreams I be having, yo? I have
Yeah,
some
you guys
crazy
can
ass
look
dreams.
her up. Yeah, we can ask her to come back on. Absolutely.
Cool. I would love to talk to her, man.
Okay.
Listen.
She looks like people always think we're sisters. We look like we're twins by a different mother.
Are you serious?
Mhm.
Two of you? I don't know.
Yeah, even my own brother is just like,
It's weird.
and he's always like, oh, don't feed them after midnight. They multiply.
Oh God. Two Aprils. Can you imagine two April? I'm sure everybody will like that.
All right. So just out of curiosity, since there's, like I said, we have a lot of moderates and independents. We don't, we're not left, we're not right on here. You would not know this, but if you go out and dig up the stats, moderates in America are still the majority voters. That's why the media has to be so liberal. They have to work so hard to convince us of certain narratives, but they're still moderates are still the majority, with conservatives just underneath, and then liberals. So again, you would never learn that And I believe what's happening right now is that they are doing kind of a sibling rivalry psychology, where they
Mhm.
are taking a group of people and using DEI or and favoritism to elevate them into a certain position, and hoping that the resentment and the anger will make us all implode from, explode and implode from within. And I think that's, how many, think about all the resentment we've ever had for, brothers and sisters who have gotten the favorite, the prodigal son. So I think that is the plan. They've always done that. So if you see that, don't fall prey to that. Don't let that happen. Don't let them trying to manipulate us turn you against a group of people. Don't hate somebody because they're telling us to hate somebody. um Make sure that you're aware of that. um Let me see what else that you guys might need to know. Okay, the reason food prices have gotten so outrageous is because there is a very, very blatant attack on the farmers. A lot of people don't know this. The farmers overseas everywhere are protesting. The governments have made farming extremely difficult, extremely expensive. You've
Mhm.
probably seen, you probably not don't know this, but the prices have risen through the roof for them on all types of things. They have attacked a lot of the agriculture that has, they're trying to reduce the farms by about 25 to 35%. And that is what's called Agenda 2030. You can look that up further if you want.
Mhm.
So what's happening is when they are going after our food supply, that's how they control you. And when they raise all these prices on farming, that's passed down to us. So obviously, even, every little thing that we eat has to do with farming, all of it. So if you control the food supply and you control the language, you control the people, because that's pretty much everything. So you don't know you're being oppressed if the word oppression doesn't exist. So language is a big deal. And by controlling the media, which the corporations do control and own the media, they are the fourth branch of the government. And by making sure to change definitions, like the definition of racism or the definition of natural immunity or the definition of vaccinated and things like that, they're changing definitions everywhere. This is why books are so important. You can't just go in and change the words. They are there. Whereas online, you can just go in and change some code and they can do whatever they want. So you have to pay attention to that. In the next election in the United States, every single seat is up for vote. All of them. All of them. Senate, Congress, not just president, all of them. That's why there's such a hard push right now to retain power. That's probably why the immigration situation is what it is. They want to make sure that the people in power stay in power. And that's why they will do anything to stay in power. So pay attention to everything and everybody. Know that it's not just a presidential election. Know that all the people underneath the president are just as important. So if you have this main guy, but these bodies aren't going to work with him, you're still going to have that stalemate.
Mm.
And make sure you research all the candidates, and they have a long history of doing what they say they were going to do, not just talking. So there's that. And also, you should know that where we are now,
Mhm.
like I said, with Agenda 2030, where
Mhm.
we are now has been planned for years and years and years. So all of this started a long, long, long time ago. I believe 9/11 is what kicked it off. They needed the Patriot Act to be the catalyst for all of this. And if you follow the Supreme Court cases and a lot of the laws that have gone through, everything from Operation Mockingbird and the repeal of net neutrality and the DNA. I can't remember the name of the case, but the DNA. I'm blanking on the name of that case. But if you follow a lot of the cases and the laws, because we're a country of law, not
Mhm.
morals, and each law sets a precedent for other laws to be passed, you can see the pattern going through to where we are now. So pay attention to what's going on. And like we said earlier, courage is the
Mm.
point where you change your vibration. And if wars are started by lies, peace can happen through truth. So speaking out and living in joy and being honest about things and paying attention and knowing what's going on is really, really important. So Chowney Man says farmers are getting fed up nowadays, even in our country. Yeah. But actually, I think farmers have been fed up. There was a right to a bill that was trying to be passed. There was a right to repair bill many years ago.
Mm.
So the tech companies and they had created farm equipment where when something went wrong, the computer technology inside the equipment, like basically the farm equipment, was copyrighted to the point where the farmers weren't allowed to fix their own equipment. They had to take it in and pay top dollar to have it fixed. That's one of the ways it started. Monsanto not allowing the seeds to regenerate. You had to buy new seeds every year, and not being allowed to repair your own equipment. You have to not, break the copyright, and you got to take it in. So there's been a war on the farmers for quite a long time. But this has been going on for a while. And Eva works in the auto industry, and she said, I don't think that bill applied just to farms. That happened with the auto industry as well.
What do you mean she works in the auto industry?
She works in the auto industry.
Yo, you can get me a deal on a car in Florida?
She could probably help you.
Really? Fuck.
She could probably help you. I'm trying to go on.
Well, I had a little something here for you.
Uh-huh.
So during between the time that we texted in the morning, I said I want to look for something. We're talking about like the bigger picture and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a video. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds long.
Okay.
It's a couple of old ladies over 100 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and they just give some quick advice on how to be happy, according to 100-year-old people that've been on the earth for 100 years. You want to check it out real quick? It's adorable.
Hell yeah. I love advice from people who've been here, done
They're
that, seen
they're
everything.
It might be a little loud, some of the music, but the music's going to tune down. So just
Okay.
brace yourself. 3, 2, look at this hot little chick.
Mhm.
3, 2, 1.
My name is Betty Turpan.
How's your morning?
How old am I? I'm 101.
104. Who said I was 80?
So many people think happiness has to be a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. You need money, but don't make money the main thing. It's your attitude. Up all the time. Never mind this down stuff.
When I was young, I was a very happy person, and I still am. I just felt good inside.
Be yourself and smile. It's so easy to be nice.
So cute.
When people are nice, you're nice. If they're not nice, walk away from them.
And just be a good person, physically and mentally.
All those things are important. You have to have beautiful memories that when you're old like me, you can remember.
And if that makes you happy, it's a good life.
I dig it. I dig it.
How simple was that though? Remember how she says that if it doesn't make you happy, walk away from it.
Yeah. Well, she said people aren't nice. Walk away from them.
Walk away from them. Remember that we were talking about the
Yeah,
triggers
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes,
Yeah, for
oh
sure.
man, they're so cute.
Yeah.
They're so cute. I love old people. Not for nothing.
I just feel we don't give them
Unfortunately,
enough. We don't give them enough credit. Like in this country, we disrespect them. And I live in Florida where there's lots of old people, and I love hearing their stories because they've done so many things.
there's a woman that lives in my building, the building I work at, and now unfortunately she's kind of succumbing to Alzheimer's or dementia. I think it's dementia. But she used to tell me, so she grew up in the building that I worked in. The building I work in is pre-war. It's like 1923, and she was a little girl in that building. So think about that. She told me how much the neighborhood used to change from the excuse me, from the 1950s. Oh no, actually the 1940s. She's very, very old. 1940s, and how it changed to the 60s, how she met her husband, how he was selling cassettes out the back of the trunk of a car, and then he took that money and flipped it and bought a little bar right there on Lexington Avenue. And it's just, man, sometimes like you have people in this world that have lived a very long time, and like you said, April, we kind of shun them and we make fun of them, and oh, you're driving too slow, or you hurry up and pick what you want to pick, from the store shelf so I can get my bagels or whatever. And it's just like you have these fountains of information.
Oh yeah.
And if you just shut up, listen to me. If you just shut the fuck up and listen, you can learn something so amazing. I wish, I had access to my grandfather
Oh yeah.
now. My grandfather lived 80 something years, man. And just, I was kind of young when he passed away, but man, the elderly of this, people have really, let me just put it this way, people have really disrespected the elderly of this country. And I think they deserve, or they've earned their spot. And I think
Oh
we can
yeah.
learn a lot from them. So,
Yeah, I used to pick my grandmom's brain. She was born, gosh, let me think. She was around in the 20s because she was 86 when she passed in 2012. She had some stories. I mean, so many stories. And I loved hearing them. And, she was the last of my grandparents to live that long. And one of the things that she said, and a lot of others have said, this has been consistent. I always thought this was interesting, is that in the end, everything will be okay.
wow.
So it will all turn out to be okay. That things will change always, but it will be okay. And I lived when I bought my first little house. I lived in a development where it was mostly older people. And I used to ask them, they would walk around. Florida's a very active community where people get outside and work out a lot, and they socialize a lot.
Mhm.
And I used to see some of the very, very elders, like people in their 90s. And I'd ask old people as much as possible all kinds of questions. But my favorite question to ask them was, in your lifetime, what is the greatest invention you've seen? Was it
Oh,
really,
that's a great question.
I said all the time, was it really sliced bread? And every one of them said the same thing. What do you think the greatest invention in their lifetime was?
Television?
That's your answer. What do you guys in the chat think the greatest invention was for the elders? And because they all said that it was unanimous across the board.
Oh,
Okay,
I
Eva's
can't.
saying radio.
Radio?
Okay, we got radio and TV.
Radio, TV. What else, guys?
Uh-huh.
Come on, in the chat. What do you think the greatest invention is?
Pocket watch. So wouldn't you mean a wristwatch? So they'd have to keep it.
Computer?
We got another radio. We've got another radio.
Computer? Record
player. Okay.
Yeah, radio, record player.
Now you got to
What else?
remember, this was recent. I've asked them through their whole life what their greatest
Netflix,
invention.
camera,
Netflix, nukes. Jesus, disco.
Fuck.
Oh man! All right. You want to hear what it is? I can't believe you guys were so off. I mean, you got the internet.
Oh yeah.
The internet. So they love that they can order things online, but they mostly love that they can communicate with their grandchildren, and their families.
Oh, that makes
No matter
that
where
makes
they
a
are,
ton of
they
sense.
can do the Skyping and the whole thing. Yeah, the internet.
Yeah, my mother flipped out when I showed her like the power of
Yeah.
FaceTime. That now
Yep.
she can see my uncles, and she can talk to my
Mhm.
cousins in Georgia and Florida anytime she wants.
Yeah, my mom went nuts when I set up a camera for her, and she could do the Skype with my brother's kids.
I could see the
So
internet because I remember when I first
connection.
when I first experienced the internet, I was like, wow, like it was
I
just
know.
God. If you think about it, April, we kind of grew up in because we went from 8-track players and records
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
cassettes
Records.
to
Yeah.
CDs,
Yeah.
from CDs to now just downloading, or like we've seen a lot of
Yeah.
technology.
What's funny is people still they love their records too. I still see them everywhere.
It's
But yeah, there's a
it's a
lot
different
there's a lot of positive to the internet. There's a lot we just choose not to always see it, but yeah, there's a lot of positive to it. And one of the main reasons they like it is because of connection. Well, the phone has been around a lot longer than that. They had the phone where it's the lift the thing and the thing. So that was created before, was it Bell? The
Right.
Bell Company created the phone. I could be wrong. Alexander Graham Bell. He created the phone, I think, in the 1800s. So
But
that
the
was
home
previous
phone.
to them. Yeah. But yeah. So
Did you ever?
connection, that's the
I'm s-
point. The point to that is connection is so
Right.
very, very important.
Did you ever see those old PSAs? They're crazy. I love going down rabbit holes.
Yes. Yeah. You've played a
From
few on here.
when I think we played did we play the one where they went from using the old phones, the
Yes.
operator, and then they went to the dial tone, not the dial tone. What do you call the fucking gimmick that you turn with your finger?
Yeah,
Rotary,
the dial. Oh,
the
rotaries. Yeah,
rotary,
sorry.
the
I
rotary.
bought one of those phones recently. I found one in a
No way.
antique store. Yeah, and you know what's funny is I remember my grandma's number, so I'll walk by it and just dial it.
The rotary
So
phone.
just for remember how if you screwed up, you had to start over again, and 0 was like the
You hang up.
yeah.
There was something satisfying about
Oh,
using that thing back
yeah.
in the day.
It's not satisfying to hang up this way. Like you just like you really hang up. I mean, you put some power to that with a phone.
What's something?
Wait, when we had cords, we were free.
What no? What's something, April and Chad? I'm gonna ask you guys. What's something that we don't use anymore, but you really miss? And it's not. We don't need it anymore, but something that we used to use a lot when we were kids or when we were younger.
Oh.
But we don't use it anymore, like a record player or something like that.
Oh, I gotta think about that.
Think about it, Chad. Throw something out. Something that you miss. Do you miss the old tube televisions? Even though that's not something I'm gonna say food wise.
Mhm.
Like I miss the old TV dinners.
Oh yeah, they tasted. Oh my god, do you remember the warm cherry pie in there?
Oh, board games,
Oh yeah.
CDs, board
We
games.
still play board games. Yeah,
I miss going to the record
I miss
store
the
and getting
radio.
CDs.
I miss good radio. Remember like having the DJ countdowns and stuff like that? Like
Oh, I
really
miss
good
that too.
radio without tons of commercials.
I miss it too. Remember
And
how
yeah.
many mixtapes you made back
Oh,
in the day?
tons. That was how you showed your friends you love them and your boyfriend and the mixed. When you gave somebody a mixtape,
That's a lot
there
of
was a
work.
lot of love that went into that. There was a lot of
Lot of
time
work.
and effort that went into that. Yeah.
A lot
If
of
you got
work.
a mixtape, that was like just under a goddamn marriage proposal. Okay.
That was what the hell did I just knock down here? Yeah,
Mm.
man. There's a lot of good things back in the day that I miss, man. But we
Johnny
don't
Man saying
really.
car phones, CDs, AOL. AOL still exists.
AIM. Remember AIM chat? How
Yeah.
life.
Oh, when I was saying actual books, I still have actual books. I still buy actual books all the time.
You know what I
I
miss?
just don't want kids running by on the beach and kicking water on it. I don't want to be on a screen all the time. I want to read books.
Writing letters on paper. That was.
Yes, I miss letter writing. War
You-
Demon sent me letters. I still
Any-
have them.
Anybody miss MySpace?
I do. I do.
Right.
I loved MySpace. Do you know why they took MySpace down?
Why?
Or why they decimated it basically?
Why?
Because it taught people to code. Do you remember how we learned how to
Yes.
code?
You used to
And,
be able to
that
design.
we could trick out our pages. And the
Yeah.
more you learned, the more code you learned. We learned binary code. The better your page looked. It
Hell
was
yeah.
teaching people to get smarter and code. And they were
Mhm.
like, we can't have that. Yeah.
I
Now
had
you
a
just
crazy
upload a
kid.
picture.
I
Oh yeah,
had-
I went to a class to learn how to code.
That's dope. I miss MySpace, man.
I know Chowney Man. That's where we met, right?
Are you
I
shitting
met-
me?
Yeah, that's where I
MySpace?
met a lot of people that I'm still fans with. MySpace, yeah.
You kidding
I
me?
got
That far?
friends I met on there. That's how we met. Yeah.
All right. Last question. Who was do you remember who your last top 5 was? Remember MySpace?
No.
You don't remember that?
No. Well, obviously Tom.
hmm
Tom was on
Green.
there.
Tom Green, right?
Yeah, Tom.
Comedian. Yeah.
No,
Remember Tom?
MySpace Tom.
Oh, I miss MySpace, man. Good times. Tom from San Francisco, California.
Tom. Yeah, War Demon met me on MySpace too.
You got to be
Yeah, I've had
kidding me.
No, I'm not. I've had a lot of long-term fans and friends who I'm very, very, very lucky that they're still around. Yeah.
Oh
Thanks
my
to everybody
God.
who's still here.
Look at Eva, MTV debuting videos. That shit
Oh
was a
my
big deal.
God, yeah. Remember having to watch Dire Straits, Money for Nothing over and over and over and over again? But yeah, I do miss MTV playing videos.
Club
Yeah,
MTV.
here's a story that Steve suggested.
Mhm.
Charlotte the Stingray.
Who's that?
Apparently, there was a 7-year-old stingray in a aquarium without the help of a male. Ended up pregnant.
How?
That's what they're trying to figure out. But I was recently told by a friend's daughter that there have been multiple cases of this exact thing happening. So I know in some aquariums there are some certain types of fish that are able to turn male and female, and I believe, I'm not sure on this, but are they able to
They go fuck themselves?
self-impregnate? Basically, self-impregnate. I don't know, but they're kind of trans fish. So I was wondering if that's the case with Charlotte. Either that, or maybe like the night cleaning crew kind of just like dropped dude in there and then brought him back out. I don't know.
That's weird.
I don't know. If anybody knows the story on that, let me know, because that's a mystery. And Steve says she still hasn't delivered yet, but yes, she's having a Mary pregnancy. It's a mysterious esoteric pregnancy from above. So
Interesting.
So let me
the
go ahead.
The quote by Hooper: "Life finds a way."
Life finds a way. Yes.
Ian Michael.
Oh, War Demon says it's worth mentioning MTV's Beavis and Butthead. I need
Shut up,
TP
Beavis.
for my bunghole.
Cappuccino.
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 I think we all agree. That's an excellent one.
Daria. I love Daria. That was a great show.
You know what I miss? Okay, I'm gonna say I miss when you could just be funny and comedians saying whatever the fuck they wanted to, and being able to swear, like Gen Xers swear all the time, being able to swear all the time without somebody going, there's language, there's no need for language. It just means that you're stupid if you're swearing. It's like, without having somebody over your shoulder going, there's no need for that language, blah, 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 blah. And the censoring and the removing your comment into the, we're only showing you the necessary comments. It's like, I decide what's necessary, not you. I miss people just being able to say blah, and then we get to decide as adults what we want to talk about from there, or respond to, or how we want to. I miss that, because it seems like we had a lot of open dialogue and a lot more conversations and less offense back then. Like, people could bust each other's balls all the time and nobody got super offended. I mean, we were like there was like a whole entire span of time there where the response was to anything, your mom. You know what I mean? So, I mean, your mom. So that's what she said. So, I mean, like, this was a thing. I miss that ball busting era.
I miss sitting in the front. I
Hmm?
miss sitting in the front stoop with like a bunch of friends and just talking for hours,
Hmm.
doing like just talking,
Yeah.
joking, like you
Yeah.
said, busting each other's balls.
Yeah. And nobody running off and getting offended and being like, I miss that. Like
Yeah.
that super thick skin. What do you actually mean by, none of that. So I miss that.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway, there's
maybe we'll-
that. Maybe
maybe
we can
we'll
bring
get
it
back
back.
there one day.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Bring
So
back the
for
90s.
me, Winona says the Southerners still do that though. I push back on it. I think we get what we allow. Like, do you remember back in the day, not that long ago, and for those who've been following me, I did this. Remember me flipping out when they said during the Bush administration, to offset the rising gas prices, we're going to implement bag fees temporarily.
Bag fees.
There was no temporarily about it. I remember saying that
Oh, no.
once they start charging you to take your fucking clothing with you, they're never going to stop, because once they get that money from you, they're never going to stop. And what did they do? Did they stop when the gas prices went down? No, they raised the prices. Because first it was $20, then 25. Now it's 35 for some places.
Is it really?
Unbelievable. And I was like, I can't believe you people are not protesting against this and standing up against it, because once they take it, you never get it back. That's the way it is across the board. So you get what you tolerate. So remember that no matter what it is, whether it is a law, a rule, politically correct language, people trying to pass hate speech, which is actually just speech they hate. Don't tolerate any of this stuff. It's just a way to control. Everything's either a way to gain power, make a profit off of you, or control you. So just see it for what it is.
Yep.
So on the thing, which is going to cross over to you, here are some ways. Oh yeah, fart knocker. So Chris is going fart knocker was my favorite. That one just took off. That took off.
Shut up, fart knocker.
Yep. Bring that back. Here are some things that you can do to raise your vibration when all these things are going on around you instantaneously almost. So first thing is in your head, whatever, list 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. And it doesn't even matter if there's something stupid and minute. Like I had chickens for the longest time. If I got an egg that day, I was like, I'm grateful that I got an egg today. One of my chickens laid an egg. So I'm grateful for, this really awesome cup of coffee. So being thankful and grateful raises your vibration way on up. And it also creates a different neural pathway for you when you do it enough times that helps you live in joy. And thank you, Sportsmaster. I want you to make me in WWE 2K24 and then send me a picture of it. That'd be awesome. And you guys can interject. Tell me what your opinion too. And no, I don't have the chickens anymore, unfortunately. We have built up so much in Florida. It's kind of insane, as you know. And unfortunately, what was happening is I live off of a wildlife preserve, and they were using my yard as a rotisserie. Basically, they were coming in once they realized that I had chickens. They were snatching my girls. So I relocated who was left to a farm up in Hudson to live out the rest of her days. Actually, it's 2 of them. So one's still there, and the other one passed away from combination of old age and a respiratory infection. But I wanted to get them out of here because I felt like I couldn't protect them no matter what I did. So, and it sucks. I miss them. But I feel like it's better this way. All right, so list 3 to 5 things to be grateful for. That's the first thing. Second thing we already mentioned, watch some comedy or make someone else smile.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go outside. Nature has a tendency to instantly lift your vibe, especially if you really pay attention to it. And the Japanese have something called forest bathing, where they'll actually go up and, touch the tree bark and feel the leaves and smell the flowers and the dirt and, smell the nature and get kind of immersed in it. And it does actually lower your blood pressure and raise your everything. Declutter and surround yourself with beauty or the things that you enjoy. So clutter can tend to wear us down more than we realize. And surrounding yourself with things that you really enjoy or you find pretty or you find cool can lift your mood all the time. Spruce up your front yard or your backyard or both yards. It makes you happier. Laugh, play, have fun, and see your friends. We don't emphasize playing enough, and playing is defined as anything where you lose time. So playing is really important to recharge your batteries. It's very easy to get burned out if you don't do it enough. As you said earlier, move your body. Go for a walk in nature, do some stretches, get dancing, whatever, go to the gym. Move your body, move your body, flex your boobies, flex your boobies. Do whatever. Let's see. I said earlier, dance, sing, go singing, sing. Play some music and sing. This is why I think a lot of churches do the choruses. When you sing, it raises your vibration quite a bit. Music does too. So if you're singing and dancing, woohoo! You are putting off some good vibes. Yep. Get hydrated and eat clean. Eat some natural raw foods. So fruits, salad, eat whole foods, because when you're eating a lot of processed foods, you're eating a lot of dead energy. Same with like, say, if you're eating a lot of unclean protein, like factory farm meat or factory farm eggs, you want to try and get the what's the word? I'm not saying free range. Yeah, it's free range, right?
Free range.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not cage free. You want free range eggs.
Mhm.
There's a difference. So, get some clean food into you, some whole food, and it's, good energy creates good energy. Uh, Give, do
Mhm.
or do acts of kindness or acts of service. It really picks your mood up.
Yeah, you don't have to give just on Christmas or whatever
No,
holiday you celebrate.
you can even write a letter to somebody telling them how they've you know, helped you, or that you're grateful they've been in your life, or how they've impacted your life. Anything. So you can pick somebody every week and say, "Hey, this is something that changed my life or helped me. I just want to let you know I'm grateful." Um, so here's another one: unplug and ground yourself. So get away from the screens. Not right now, obviously. You need to watch the show, and we're live on Wednesdays, 7 o'clock Eastern. But after, yeah, make sure you unplug enough. And you can also go outside, kick your shoes off, and ground, because we're electrical beings. So when you are outside wearing rubber sole shoes, you're not discharging all the electricity. So you need to go out there and actually connect with the earth. Um, and you can do a little bit more research into that. That's a whole, section of a podcast unto itself. But trust me on that. Look up grounding, and you'll find some good information there.
Or butthole tanning. What was it those people
Yeah.
do? Remember that?
Anal sunning. Use some really nice energy sprays, or spray the room, pick up your fragrance. There's be aware that some of them, like citrus scents, don't work well for cats. Certain things don't gel well with pets, so do a little check into that first. But I'm a big fan of taking a little spritzer and filling it mostly with water, and then a little lemongrass, and you spritz
Mm.
that up and spray it around, and that will definitely make you perk right up.
Mm. Lemongrass is
um
pretty good. I like lemongrass.
Lemongrass is really good. So you can mix whatever you want and spritz your room, spritz yourself, spritz your sheets, just spritz away. Play with your pets. Get on the floor and play with your pets. Get outside and play some ball. Have a good time. They will lift you up.
Hmm.
Get creative, as we crossed over earlier. Work with your hands. Do some art, as Winona said. Something about the burning the wood is very therapeutic for her. For me, it was it's painting. I like painting. I like making soap, candle making. Putting things together. So a lot of guys like woodworking or leatherworking, working with engines, metalworking, whatever. That sounded very cliche. A lot of girls like that too. But if you work with your hands, and cooking, baking, whatever makes you happy. And a lot of people, if you haven't gone back to what you enjoyed doing as a kid,
Hmm.
revisit that. So what we like to do as a kid was often what we still enjoy doing, but we kind of dropped it in pursuit of a paycheck. And sometimes that's still the stuff we really love to do. Clean and clear out anything that makes you feel sad from around you. So if you have old pictures or stuffed animals or anything that bums you out, put it somewhere else, clear that out. You could do an Epsom salt bath or an Epsom
Mm.
salt foot soak. And finally, if you need something real fast to pick you up, the words thank you actually raise your vibration. So if you say thank you over and over again, they will actually pick your energy up.
You're welcome.
So if we are in this spiritual warfare now with the dark forces versus the light forces, these things will help you navigate how to stay up instead of being sucked down, despite what we're being inundated with. And we're going to keep getting inundated with a whole lot. So just know that this is going to be one hell of a year. It's going to be a roller coaster. It's going to come at you from every angle. So be prepared for that. Know that ahead of time, because information is knowledge is helpful. Information is helpful, and just know that and be ready for it, and know how to handle stress and what to do to kind of keep yourself centered and grounded and at a higher level, so it doesn't take you down with it. So Cool Awesome Dude says, does staring at titties count? Does it work for you guys? If it raises your vibration, hey.
What knockers?
I'm here to serve.
You have anything to close out with, my friend?
Just basically live in joy. You can visit me. I appreciate you being here. You can see more of me. You can go to Patreon, April Hunter. You can see me if you're listening. You can come over and visit me on Instagram, Real April Hunter. I'm on Twitter, April Hunter, Twitter, Real April Hunter. I appreciate you being here. You guys are fun as anything, and I love ya. And for those of you who have been with me for a long, long time, like several of you said, you're awesome. You're
Like
so
MySpace,
awesome.
MySpace
Yeah.
time.
MySpace peeps. So yeah, I know that a lot of people have been here for a long, long time. So thank you. But yeah, find the joy every day. Find the joy as much as humanly possible all day long. Even those little things. Find that child inside of you and discover that wonder again. You know what I mean? So do that. And thank you for being here. What do you got, Ray? What you got?
Nothing much, but I there's something I wanted to show you guys. But I'll show you next week. But I want you to go to
don't
this.
start like that. Don't start like that and leave us hanging.
I can show you real quick. So I'm going to show you
Yeah.
this. This is a cool. You know what? I'm going to put the music down real quick
Okay.
because I want to show you this website before we go. And this is something I stumbled upon. It's totally safe. It's totally cool, right?
Okay.
So I'm going to share this screen real quick. And the website is called oldinternet.com.
Oh my God.
So now
It's
what
like
you
old
can,
AOL.
right. So this is what you can do. So you go over here, right? And for those listening on audio, you're going to go down to, well, I can't describe.
Wait,
Anyway,
does it take like 5 minutes for a page to load?
check this out. So let's go to all right. When was Amazon first? When did the first come up? Like around 19?
Oh, wait, hang on. That was like 19. I know exactly when it was, and they were only a bookseller because I used to buy
All
my
right.
books from them. So it's like 1999.
All right. So let's go to 1999, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to put the year here, and then you're gonna actually type in Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazon.com, right? And you're gonna hit
Mhm.
go. This website tricks the internet to think that it's the actual year that it was.
Oh
So I'm gonna
my
hit go.
God.
I'm gonna hit go, and this is the old Amazon page.
See? Just books. Look at that.
Let's-
What books were they back then? What
Oh,
is
let me
that?
see.
Oh, they were
damn,
textbooks, right?
Yeah, let me
A
do
lot
it.
of them.
You know,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's move up a
Oh,
little. further.
wait.
Let's
Go to aprilhunter.com, 1998.
aprilhunter.com. That's gonna be
See if it'll
crazy.
come up. It probably won't come up, but let's see if it's still there. Because
Oops.
my first site
This is
site
Amazon
was
for 2001.
okay.
So
My
what
first
year?
site was me doing it myself. So
1998.
let's go 1998. Yeah.
Let's see if it happens. April Hunter.
.com, 1998.
.com. All right. So the year is already selected. April Hunter. Let's see if it finds it. Maybe it won't. It's gonna take a minute. And
It had a black background.
is it fucking loading? It takes a while to load sometimes. By
Yeah.
the way,
Well, that's accurate then. That's like old internet right there.
I'm actually.
Yeah, Steve is going, yeah, they were a simple bookseller. I wonder if it could even pull it up.
I don't know.
Well, we're
I'm
halfway there, right there.
trying to.
It might have blocked you because it might have been like adultish.
Is it? Was it really?
Go,
Let me
go
try it again.
1997 then.
Was it 1997? All right, let's go.
Well, I
97.
don't know. You could try that too.
Did you have it in 97?
I think so, yeah.
Hold on.
I think that was the first year.
Yeah, it's not letting me go to that site. What the hell were you putting up, kid?
Boobs.
Are you serious? Let me see.
Yeah.
2000.
Okay, go to MySpace. MySpace, April Hunter.
All right.
How about
All right.
that?
Oh wait, what's this? April
Sorry,
Hunter.
Oh my God. There it is. That's my logo.
Are you shitting me?
I'm not
So-
shitting you. Steve knows.
So here's the
Probably
funny
it's trying to
thing.
pull up.
So the funny thing is that it takes forever to load a page,
Uh-huh.
just like it probably would have back in whatever year that was. So
See, Steve's going the original logo. Yep.
hold on, let me go even further a little
That's
bit. Let's go
funny.
to 2000. Let's go 2002.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, it's coming up. Well, free internet access newsletter.
Oh my God. Members entrance. Yep.
It's literally it'll literally take minutes to load this page, but that's what it was. That's what it
Oh
would
my
do.
God. I miss my old site.
Well, what was the other website you wanted to check out? And I want you guys
I
to
was
check
going to
this
say
out. on
just
your own.
MySpace April Hunter. I think that's what it was.
I don't know.
I
Let's
used to get in
see,
so
hold
much trouble all the time. I lost my page like twice.
on. So this is MySpace.com
Space.com.
/
April Hunter. I guess it was. That's what it was. I think. Yeah.
April Hunter. Oh, let's see. What year?
I don't know. I don't
Let's
know.
try
What year was
2005.
MySpace? Go to sure.
Let's see.
Okay.
The link doesn't exist.
Okay, 2000. What year would that be, you guys? I don't know.
Come on, guys, help us out here. What year was it?
What for? 2004?
You know what? Let me just try.
2006?
Let me just try MySpace.com first.
Okay.
2002. Let's see.
Yeah, Allie says there's something special about the old internet. Like the era was so much simpler. It was magical, right? There was also no rules.
It's taking forever to fucking load.
Yeah. Welcome
This
to
is-
MySpace. It says it though. That's what we had.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me go a little further
Okay.
up here. 2004.
Oh, you
Oh
know
my-
that we're all gonna go play with that. See if we can
Is
find all our old stuff.
Is this the old MySpace page loading? Yeah, look,
I
look.
don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Look how this is from
Yeah.
2000
Okay, that looks
Cool.
like it. The thing up there, but I don't remember that.
maybe go a little
MySpace.
let's go a little further in. Let's go to 2006.
Okay.
Let's see.
No, that looks like it. That totally looks like it.
Wow.
Oh,
It's a different
Oh.
language, but I think you can get it, right? How cool is it?
people are asking if you can post a link to this site in the chat.
Yeah,
welcome
so
to-
it's
What is it?
it's let me see. Hold on. It's the oldnet.com.
Theoldnet.com.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna type it in I'm gonna type it right now. Just have fun with it. Oldnet.
The artist returns to say Napster is still available to load.
Oh, let's check out
Oh,
Napster real
Alice
quick.
saying, remember GeoCities? Remember news groups, you guys? Oh, Steve, remember the fitness news group? Oh, such conversations there.
What year was the old WWE.com?
Oh, I don't know.
Let's go to 2001. Let me see. WWE.com.
Eva says 2011 MySpace crashed.
Let's see if it loads up a page from WWE.com.
Okay.
2001.
GeoCities, yeah. Do you remember the chats? Like what was that? It was like Microsoft chats. Remember that?
What was it?
Microsoft chats.
no,
Those
this is
chat
before.
rooms and stuff. No, I'm just saying, remember the chat rooms that are like precursors to like, I don't know, like dating sites and stuff?
Oh, I
Yeah,
used to.
Steve says
Yeah.
AOL killed news groups.
So this
Social
is-
media. I think social media killed news groups.
This is from 2005, real quick. So it's taking like forever, just like the old internet. It's taking
Just like the
forever
old
to load.
days.
Maybe if I go a little further up, let's see. All right, one more. Let me do 2008. WWE.com. Let's see. Or should I do WWF.com?
They were WWF.
Oh wait,
Yeah, they were WWF.
oh, it's
Oh,
loading.
there it is.
Look at this shit.
Who was there? Who was
All right,
in
let's
there?
see. Look at you need to upgrade your Flash player. This is Natty when she first started. ECW on Sci-Fi. Michelle McCool. I don't know what the hell Lena
Yeah,
is.
Steve's saying they love the Yahoo groups. We had a group for April. Yeah, you did. I think
look at this
did you
whole
have one
page.
or two for me?
Look at
I
this little
find that every once in a while. It's still like cached somewhere. I can find it. And occasionally
gotta
find
go.
like some of my old pictures in there too.
I gotta fucking go.
So Allie
Um,
says, so is the old net like the Internet Archive Wayback Machine?
That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah. Hooper says, yeah, they didn't get the F out yet in WWE.
Well, anyway,
Thanks for that. That's fun.
I was
just traveled back to like 1999.
I made a note because I knew we were doing a positive thing and we were talking about
Mm-hmm.
positivity. I was like, man, it'd be cool to go back in the day. And this website popped up on one of my I think it was a TikTok feed. They're like, hey, if you want to see what the internet is like back in the day,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, I gotta show this to April on the show. So there you
Oh
go,
my God.
guys.
Yeah. Thank you.
So check it out, have fun with it, punch in some old internet things, theoldnet.com, and take a trip down memory lane. What the
Yeah,
hell,
Steve,
right?
I remember that because we had 2 Yahoo groups. I remember having 2, and I can't remember what the other one was, but yeah, I remember that. Well, you guys have a great night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys all being here and being here consistently. So that's awesome. We are live Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go out, have fun, smile at people. Don't take shit personally. It's never personal. And make sure to spread the love. Mwah.
Good night, guys.
Yeah.
Big ass titties.
What knockers?
Woo!
Boobies.